The next service we'll take a look at is the brands and brand listings. These are for brand owning businesses that want to place their brand in the appropriate place within the products and services taxonomy.
Okay.
Now, we had a look at the results of a brand in there, but we'll just show you the process for adding a brand.
Okay.
So the first thing a brand owner is going to do is to register its brand. And you can see there's 3 brands there. There would be none there. That would be simply a matter of clicking Add New Brand, but we will just edit one of those to see what information's required.
Okay.
So there's obviously a brand name, and that is, and then there's a question, which is a very important question: are you legally entitled to use this brand?
Right.
The brand registration number in their country. The expiry date, which is really for their reference, and we will also remind them that their expiry date is coming up soon. They can put a description in here which will be published in the search results when their brand comes up. Now, they can also restrict this brand. Now, this means that only businesses that are appointed as authorised resellers of that brand can show that brand.
Right.
And the brand owner can actually credential in the place of business listing its logo for that brand to say that it's an authorised reseller.
Okay.
But it means that no one can use that. Any business cannot just use that brand within our system and make offers for that brand unless they're authorised by the brand owner.
Okay.
Okay, so let's close that and take a look at how we create a brand listing. So if we just click on Action and go Brand Listings. Now, what we'll do is use the same juices that we added to our product catalogue.
Okay.
We will put our brand in there. So if we go we'll do a browse search again. We're going down non-alcoholic beverages, juices, fruit juices. And we'll select the top 4 as well.
Okay.
And then add those listings. And we've now added those to our list.
Yes.
Now, if we just take the bottom one, the apple and blackcurrant juice, and let's say that we want to market this in some other country. So we'll click on the Edit Details button and just click on the Countries tab. Now, by default, it's in our country, which this business is registered in Australia, so it has a home listing in its own country. It can then place its brand in any of the taxonomies for any country that it wants to market into. This gives it a presence in that country, so that when someone's doing a search in that country, they will see the grape, apple and blackcurrant juice.
Yep,
our brand in there under that particular juice, and it'll be flagged as an Australian because it's not registered in that country.
Right.
So it'll be flagged as an Australian brand. So a very economical way for a brand owning business to place its product in a market other than its own, without having to go to the expense of setting up a distribution agreement and all that to get that brand. License the brand elsewhere in a distributor's hands.
Right.
Okay, so if we go back to details, you can see that as well as where it places that brand, it can also add a website link, a video link, and it can also say whether it accepts B2B and B2C. We currently have a B2B marketplace system, but we will be adding B2C later. So if they wanted to exclude themselves from B2C, they can leave that unchecked.
Sure.
They can also now go on and purchase what they've bought if they're happy with it. And this shows the pricing. Now, as you can see, we didn't add any countries, so we simply are in Australia, and we have no models. So the cost is simply in Australia would be $10 Australian for the year to place that listing. We can then add that to cart if we choose. Now let's close that and just click on the apple and blackcurrant Edit Action button and go down to Models. Now this is not a very good example, but if, for instance, this business had a series of models, like it's got sparkling and non-sparkling
yes.
or whatever.
Yep.
It can add models simply by clicking on Create New Model.
Yep.
And providing all that information. Now that model then sits under that brand in that position in the taxonomy.
Right.
So by clicking on the brand, the searcher can see the models that are available under that brand.
Right.
They can also add their website. If they've got a video link for that particular model, they can put that there, as well as give it a reference and the model number, which is published. Now, if we click on Credentials tab there, you'll see that there are no credentials for this model.
So with credentialing, that would be like an organic certifier certifying that that particular juice is organic.
Exactly right.
Right.
Exactly right.
Okay.
The brand cannot say that. I mean, it can say that it's organic, but it can't add that logo that says it's been certified by that organisation.
Right.
That has to come from the organisation.
Okay. Sure.
Now, a business can add more models or more countries once it's purchased its brand listing, and it won't have to go back and pay for those extras. It will simply shorten the subscription time. So, for instance, if it adds another country, it takes a few days off its subscription period, which starts at 12 months.
Okay, sure.
So everything expires together at the end of that time.
I understand. Okay.
Okay, so that's the Uglii brand system for brand owning businesses.